Is Bitcoin money? The short answer is no. The long answer is, not only is Bitcoin not money, it can never be money. Ever. Regardless of its dollar price. This makes some people sad. These sad people cry. Sometimes these sad people get angry and call gold names like doorstop. Before we get into why, let's consider. Is a non-fungible token of somebody's flatulence money? According to these sad, angry people, yes. Why? Because an NFT of a fart is powered by blockchain, and blockchains are awesome. There are two ways to approach this question. Empirically, which is the wrong way, and logically, which is the right way. Does that mean empirical evidence regarding Bitcoin's moneyness is entirely irrelevant? Yes. Yes, it does. Why can't Bitcoin ever be money? Logically, because of something called the monetary regression principle. This was formulated by Austrian school economist Ludwig von Mises in his 1912 book, The Theory of Money and Credit. What is the monetary regression principle? Simple. When you wake up in the morning, you know basically how much everything costs, and you know how much you need to work in order to buy the things you need and want. You know this only because you extrapolate from yesterday's prices. You connect prices today to prices yesterday. All prices of all things must always have some reference point into the past. Otherwise, prices are meaningless. If prices are meaningless, nobody knows what to produce or what they can afford to consume. The division of labor breaks down, and we enter the zombie apocalypse. Therefore, prices must always relate back to the immediate past, or we all turn into zombies and eat one another's brains. In the beginning, how did anyone know what a Bitcoin could buy? When Bitcoin was born, it was immediately indexed to the dollar, a unit that existed before Bitcoin. The exchange rate between dollars and Bitcoin always relates back to what it was in the immediate past. It always regresses backward in time. So what does the dollar regress back to? It originated as a paper substitute for gold. Dollars regress to gold, continuing the chain back in time. By the regression principle, dollars are still indexed to gold at about $1,800 an ounce. Dollars are still gold substitutes. Bitcoin regresses to the dollar, which regresses to gold. But how did gold itself become money in the first place? The answer is through barter. Before money, people simply traded things. But it's hard to trade fish for monkey servants, let's say, directly. What if someone who has fish doesn't want monkey servants? What if he'd rather have stinky cheese? It's much easier to use a stable, divisible intermediary like gold that can't go bad down the line of exchange until someone can use the gold directly, which is why it was ever traded for anything to begin with. As more paper gold substitutes are created, their exchange rate with gold tends to move higher and higher. Eventually, a point is reached where no amount of physical gold can be exchanged for any amount of dollars. The faith in the gold substitute is lost. In every single hyperinflationary economy that has ever existed, the price of gold in currency terms goes to infinity. In other words, the money substitute dies. By the monetary regression principle, Bitcoin was indexed to the dollar at its birth. So it's a dollar substitute, and the dollar is a gold substitute. But when the dollar can no longer be exchanged for gold, it is no longer a gold substitute, and Bitcoin's dollar price itself becomes entirely meaningless. If dollars can no longer regress back to gold, they are no longer gold substitutes, and Bitcoin, by extension, becomes worthless no matter what its dollar price. When the dollar can no longer substitute back into gold, Bitcoin becomes worthless in real terms. Humanity must then return to gold directly, or the division of labor breaks down and we enter the zombie apocalypse. By Mises's monetary regression principle, by logical necessity, gold is money. The dollar is a gold substitute. Bitcoin is a dollar substitute. And a Bitcoin zombie is a Bitcoin zombie.